Over the coming weeks, you are finally going to see PlayStation 4 game releases heat up a little bit. And while I wouldn't say that tomorrow is a blockbuster day for new game releases, there is one game in particular that I am incredibly excited for, and a couple of other smaller titles rounding out the lineup. We've got a total of 3 games to go over, so let's talk about them. And let's start off with what I think is the biggest game being released tomorrow, and that is Mortal Shell. Mortal Shell is a game I've been talking about quite a bit. However, at the same token, it's a game that not everybody knows about at this point. Now, it is a Souls-like game, so inherently when it does come out, it's gonna have a level of interest just because I think people are generally a little bit starved for more Souls-like games right now, especially given that Elden Ring is seemingly MIA for the foreseeable future. Sekiro came out, 16 months ago? It's time that people get a new Souls-like game that they can really sink their teeth into, and Mortal Shell, while being priced at $29.99, and yes, that's a very competitive and compelling price point, looking at this game in motion, if I weren't to tell you the price, you probably would think it was being released at a premium price point, maybe $49.99, maybe even $59.99, but you get to play this game for $30, which all the better. You're gonna need to save some money for the impending release of the PlayStation 5 and a billion other big titles releasing around the same time. But Mortal Shell, what it is a deep action RPG that tests your sanity and resilience in a shattered world. Right away when you look at it, it definitely has some of the same aura and ambiance that you would get from a Souls game in terms of the dark presentation style and some of the presentation elements, and I'm really interested in that. Your adversaries spare no mercy in the game, with survival demanding superior awareness, precision, and instincts. Possess lost warriors, track down hidden sanctums of the devout, and face formidable foes. Again, each layer of the game can be described in different ways, where you possess lost warriors, the dead litter in a tattered landscape, but not all are without hope. The lost remains of defeated warriors are yours to discover. Awaken these mortal shells, that's where the title of the name comes from, occupy their bodies, and significantly open up your understanding to diverse masteries of combat. So yes, combat is going to have a lot of layers to it, and how they implement this gameplay, I think is going to be quite interesting. Face haunting foes, your path is guarded by desperate adversaries devoured to inscrutable gods. Behold creatures of both pitiable and grotesque, but do not let fear halt your journey. Muster your courage and face them down. Yes, some of the enemies in this game, definitely unique in how they are worked around. Like, just looking at some of these screenshots, really excited for some of these boss battles, and I think if the gameplay is good, I think a lot of people are going to get really into some of those fights. They also note, iron sharpens iron. Combat is strategic and deliberate. You must commit your sword only when an opportunity opens. Calculate your parries to unleash devastating counter blows. Temporarily entomb your mortal shell in stone to block attacks, or play aggressively and use your stone form to add brutal weight to your own sword swing. So gameplay looks like it's going to have a lot of layers to it, and again, I think not only are people starved for a Souls-like title, which we haven't seen a lot of great ones in quite a while, but I think people are also just starved for a high-quality video game and a high-quality new release. I know we've had some stuff on the Switch, I know we've had some minor game releases here and there, but really look at the lineup of games that have been dropping since the release of Ghost of Tsushima, and I know that wasn't that long ago, but a month these days feels like an eternity to some people. So Mortal Shell being on the fact that it's a Souls-like game that people are seemingly interested in, or will be interested in if the reception is good, because if you pair Souls-like with a well-received game, I think it'll just naturally get some recognition. The fact that game releases have been a little bit sparse over the last few weeks, and the fact, again, $29.99 I think is going to do this game a lot of good. Now let's see how ultimately that parlays into the actual length of the game. I don't know if that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing, but hopefully they do deliver us a quality product even with a budget price point. Again, the game will be dropping tomorrow on digital stores. However, it will be getting a physical release. I believe that'll be dropping on October 2nd, so if you would rather hold out, maybe you want a physical copy of the game, maybe you want to see how more people receive it, and then you can make your decision there, but this is one that I'm definitely hoping turns out pretty well. The fact of the matter is, it's also an Epic Games Store exclusive on PC, so at the very least, PlayStack, the publisher, is getting some upfront money, so I think they will stabilize from a financial standpoint. Alright, next up, a longtime PC franchise is coming to PlayStation 4. Pathfinder Kingmaker Enhanced Edition is headed to PS4. Now, this is a game that is definitely more so correlated with PC gaming. It's the first isometric party-based computer RPG set in the Pathfinder fantasy universe. Enjoy a classic RPG experience inspired by games like Baldur's Gate, Fallout 1 and 2, explore and conquer the stolen lands and make them your kingdom. So right away when looking at the game, this is probably a lot different to the RPGs you're used to. However, I think a lot of you guys at this point have played Baldur's Gate and more isometric RPGs. Nevertheless, I think this is a game that is going to inherently have some interest. They now customize your character with a wide range of classes and powers, including specialized archetypes, powerful arcane and divine spells, choosing from a multitude of class abilities, skills, and feats. Pathfinder allows players to create heroes or villains that fit both their individual gameplay style and their own personalities. Meet a diverse cast of companions and NPCs, including iconic characters from the Pathfinder setting itself. You'll need to decide who to trust and who to watch carefully, as each companion has an agenda, alignment, and goals that may differ from yours. Your journey will become their journey, and you'll help shape their lives both in the moment and well into the future. Conquer new regions and claim them as your own, carving your kingdom for the wilderness. While classic dungeon crawling and exploration lie at the heart of the adventure, diplomacy, politics, and kingdom development are also part of the challenge. Choose your allies well and keep them close while exploring ancient tombs and ruins, and while dealing with politics in your own court. So it does seem like it has a diverse lineup of gameplay elements. Metacritic-wise, the game is received decently well with a 73. Steam reception, mostly positive with 13,741 reviews. 73% of those reviews are positive. So it'll be interesting to see how it makes the transition to the PlayStation 4. With games like these, it really does come down a lot of the times to the transition. How is that port handled? How is the controller optimization handled? All of those elements are going to play a big factor into the reception of the game, but I'm hoping for the best, and I'm hoping for more of these PC-centric RPGs to come to consoles, and people are able to enjoy them. I mean, Pillars of Eternity has been a pretty big release on PS4, all things considered, and I found it pretty enjoyable with the DualShock 4 control. Let's hope Pathfinder Kingmaker can make a similar transition. Lastly, another older PC game that's been out for quite a while will finally be hitting the PlayStation 4. This is a game that a lot of you guys probably don't know about, but it is Even the Ocean. Even the Ocean is a narrative action platformer about balancing the light and dark energies that hold the world together. Now, it had a very positive reception on Steam, 126 Steam user reviews, 83% positive, and it did come out at a budget price point of $15, so that's always nice to see. This is from the creators of Andanine, and it notes, balance your energy bar with light and dark energies to overcome diverse obstacles and stabilize the city. Meet and talk with new friends, powerful allies, and enigmatic travelers. Explore the beautiful and strange geography in the overworld towns and environments surrounding Whiteforge City, and super customizable difficulties and playstyles. Choose between complete story-only or gameplay-only options to make your experience your own, so you can really tailor it to how you want to play the game. Now, this is very much presented in an old-school style, but for someone like me, I dig this kind of visual style. Maybe it's not a game you want to pick up day one for $15, but keep it on your radar. It might be one that ends up surprising a lot of people. Kind of strange that it's coming on PlayStation 4 all these years later, but still, that's a good thing. Hopefully they can find an avenue for another revenue stream, and I know these developers are continuing to create other games, so hopefully they do get more and more successful, since you'll want more studios creating unique games like this. So this one is one to keep on your radar. But that's going to conclude this video. Again, while I wouldn't say that tomorrow is a blockbuster day of new game releases, we are going to start heating up. Mortal Shell is out tomorrow. That's a game I'm very much excited for. Pathfinder Kingmaker is a nice release, and Even the Ocean is a game that I have some interest in it making a wave on the PlayStation 4. Obviously, in the coming weeks, things are really going to heat up, and even later this week, we've got Samurai Jack coming out as well, so there's going to be some other notable titles releasing. But that's going to conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.